We'll see you in just a bit, Bob. In the meantime now, new at 11, we have a closer look at the long road to recovery following all that devastation in Oklahoma. Right now, hundreds of families are spending their third night without homes, while others are recovering in the hospital.
So here's where the situation stands right now. There are 24 confirmed fatalities. As many as 13,000 homes are damaged or destroyed. That storm caused as much as $2 billion in damage. Rebecca Cooper is in Moore, Oklahoma with the latest.
Once darkness falls on the debris, Air Force Captain Aaron Blackburn and Staff Sergeant Autumn Harpins patrol the streets as volunteers, grateful they survived the storm.
Luckily, I was with some friends who have a storm shelter, and they allowed me to stay with them and ride out the storm, so I got lucky.
You need to go out and help your neighbor, and just be any way you can. People need security right now, and that's what a lot of us are here to do.
So many children and more have now been left homeless, and rather than going to their schools, they are now planning which funerals to attend. These students will be at the services for teacher and mother Megan Futrell. The 29-year-old and her 3-month-old baby were killed, sheltering inside the walk-in cooler at this 7-Eleven as she tried to get to her 8-year-old son.
That's when I just broke out into tears.
13-year-old Janet Goodwell says it's been hard not to cry each time she thinks of the beloved teacher.
I think it's because her hugs were so soft, and every time I talked to her, she just had a beautiful smile.
But for all the sadness, there are also stories of hope here, like the neighbors who opened their storm shelter just in time to save others trying to run from the storm.
Less than 60 seconds later, the tornado just went through and just tore everything apart. So we do have good instances of neighbors helping neighbors.
As night fell in Moore, Oklahoma, it was a race against time. For many families, this was their first chance to see what, if anything, remains.
There were tears. There were big tears.
For the next several days, more storms are expected. So Tracy Harville and her daughter try to save what they can. And then she says it's time for her family to move on.
It's going to be tough. This was where we called home.
And that was Rebecca Cooper reporting from Oklahoma. Also new at 11, D.C. native and NBA superstar Kevin Durant toured some of the damage there in Moore, Oklahoma today. Durant plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, earlier this week, Durant donated $1 million to relief efforts there. And Secretary of Homeland Security Janet Napolitano visited earlier today. Napolitano urged storm victims to register with the Federal Emergency Management Agency to learn about aid for which they may qualify. In addition, the White House announced President Obama plans to view the destruction in Oklahoma firsthand coming up on Sunday. Now stay with ABC 7 News for complete coverage of the road to recovery in Oklahoma. For instant updates, you can always log on to WJLA.com and our Facebook and Twitter pages too. And Good Morning Washington will have the latest tomorrow morning. That's beginning at 4:30 a.m. Leon.